we need the intro video, Lawrence. The intro video.
Greetings, one and all. It is I, Mr. J, welcoming you to yet another, what I'm sure will be an informative and tragic evening of quiz-based content on lovewrestling.ca. Yes, that's right. It is time. It is now time for yet another edition of Quizplex. I must inform you all that I am contractually obligated to be here. I do not care who wins. I do not care who loses. Because in my humble, let's be honest, not so humble opinion, I know all these answers. And you should too. So, why bother? But isn't it funny to watch people get things wrong? That's why I'm here. And that's probably why you're here too. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event. That's right. It's time. It's time. It's Quizplex time. With your host, Zach Ralph.
It is the last Thursday of the month here at Love Wrestling, which only means one thing. It is time for your Pub Trivia Pro Wrestling Challenge. This is Quizplex. And on this particular edition of Quizplex, we are going to be celebrating Don't Wanna Grow Up, LPW's second event happening tomorrow in Edmonton, Alberta at the Rec Room. And celebrating it further, our contestants today are the very commentary team you will hear calling the action tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Time here on twitch.tv/love wrestling. I'm going to do my due diligence and welcome you guys to the show. First, this is the first time I've had the pleasure of speaking with this gentleman. He is the host of Punk and Pile Drivers. He's a PWA commentator. Big Bad Boris. How are you, friend?
That was the longest intro in the history of the internet. Like, I got to work tomorrow, guys. Let's pick up the pace on this thing.
I'm very happy to be
here. This is going to go one of two ways. I'm either going to dominate or embarrass myself. So let's see how this is going to go.
It can go one of two ways, but either way, we are going to have an absolute blast. Next up, the manager extraordinaire, the host of the Archer Report, Thaddeus Archer the Third. How are you, friend?
I'm superb. I'm amongst great company. My best buddy over here, Warren. My good pal, Boris. That guy over there, the host. Yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm fine. I'm great. I'm grand. I'm gonna open a beer. Let's go.
Hey, cheers, friend. I've got some leftover stock from St. Patrick's Day. I'm enjoying a humble little Guinness. And last but not least, former guest on Smark and Friends, the Smark and Friends podcast, my very own show. He is the host of the Toby and Warren Show with Warren and Toby on 100.3 The Bear in Edmonton, Alberta. Warren Diesel Barris, how are you, friend?
Good, Zach. How are you, man?
I'm good. I can't do that voice too many more times. That was probably the extent of it before I just destroy my vocal cords. But yeah, thank you all three for joining us on Quizplex tonight. I think we're going to have an absolute blast.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, most of us showed up on time, so that's pretty neat.
I was here early. I was here an hour ago.
That's because you can't read.
What's Eastern? What's Mountain?
Well, once again, that was a little bit on me. Habitually, we do start at 9 o'clock, and I'd like to thank Between Two Beards for extending their program by an additional half an hour to give me time to get set up in time for tonight's episode of Quizplex. Tonight, gentlemen, you are going to be competing for bragging rights, which I imagine will be great fodder at the commentary table tomorrow night at Don't Want to Grow Up. I'd like to say there's a more tangible prize, but Spencer's been a busy guy, so I haven't really nailed it down with him. I hope bragging rights will suffice for the intents and purposes of this evening.
Now, the email said prize.
Yeah, the email did say a prize of some sort.
I believe there was mention of
a physical, actual, solid prize.
Absolutely, a trophy of some
sort. We work in indie wrestling. We're poor. We'll take any handle we can get.
Hot dog's fine, but it's a prize.
I'll take it.
I need the handshake. I'll just take the hot dog.
I say with exceeding confidence that there will be a concrete prize of sorts for the
No, I don't
winner
want
of tonight's.
concrete. I want a
Yeah.
prize.
I want Kielbasa. Come on.
Well, gentlemen.
Boy.
Once again, I'd like to thank the people at Between Two Beards extending their program by half an hour, and also being the first half of the last Thursday of the month double feature, Between Two Beards, followed by Quizplex right now. But in the interest of extending the Don't Want to Grow Up celebrations, let's make it a triple feature. Should we hit 10 new subscribers here on Twitch by the end of the broadcast? We already got, I think, about 4 or 5 during Between Two Beards. I'm going to get someone in the commentary in the comment section. I think Astrid is keeping track for us. If we hit 10 by the end, we're going to release a brand new episode of Smark and Friends over on the Love Wrestling YouTube. I am welcoming comedian, award-winning comedian at that, Casey Corbin, and we watch a little wrestling action from LPW 1, Change the Game, featuring the Voros twins. Only a few more subscribers away, and yeah. Let's make it a triple feature, friends. And lastly, one last thing before we get into the game proper. There is a second game happening tonight. As mentioned, this is a bit of a pub trivia. So what's pub trivia without a little drinking game? I don't do this show alone. I welcome a producer who's helping me with the scorekeeping and with the brand management. Today, it's Mr. Lawrence Cartier. And whenever Lawrence pops in, you are encouraged and welcome to take a drink.
It took me all of 0 seconds to mess up already. I am definitely the backup producer on this. I may be the Pat Patterson of Quizplex, the first ever champion, but I'm truly terrible at the other stuff. So I will go back and hide in my corner and mess up as little as possible, which will still be at least 3 or 4 times.
You have to work on the accent if you want to be Pat.
Yeah.
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 French it up a little, buddy.
I mean, I can vouch. Sorry, go ahead, Lawrence.
I like very French Canadian name. My mom only speaks French to me. I only answer in English because that's what Montreal is. It's
Yeah.
Well, Lawrence, thank you so much for doing the scorekeeping tonight. Please keep an eye on Astrid's comments as she is tracking the number of new subscribers we're going to have tonight during Quizplex, which will encourage a new episode of Smark and Friends being dropped tonight instead of tomorrow. So, gentlemen, with that being said, Big Bad Boris, I do apologize for making that a very extended intro, but I gotta do my due diligence, man. I promise we're starting the game proper.
I just
with that,
complain for the sake of complaining.
and that is very welcome. We are nothing if not rough around the edges here on Quizplex with extended introductions and producers who are struggling to get the intro videos started. Let's talk about round 1. I'm going to invite Lawrence to pop up that info. Each player is going to have the opportunity to answer 2 pro wrestling related questions. They will have 10 seconds to verbally answer each of their questions. If the player gets their first question right, we will move immediately to their second question. While the active player is answering their question verbally, the other players may answer the same question on their whiteboard or paper. If the active player gets their question wrong, the other contestants can be awarded half points if the answer on the whiteboard is correct. Correct answers for the active player are worth 100 points in round 1. Correct answers stolen from the active player are worth 50 points. Gentlemen, are we ready to play
Clear as mud.
Quizplex?
Now let's do this.
What?
Rock and roll.
Excellent.
Up
So
and
let's
at them.
pop up. Lawrence, got any interesting comments in this section? I'd like to hear from the people who are joining us. I see we got a nice, robust room of people joining us tonight. Quizplex rules. Pluggo, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for gifting a couple subs during your very own program Between Two Beards. Astrid, we're at 7. That's wonderful. 3 more to go, and we will release the new episode of Smark and Friends. Winner gets a pack of hot dogs and 2
whole pack.
handshakes.
I mean, I'll have
A whole
that.
pack.
Fine, me.
The stakes have been raised. I'll drink to you, Lawrence. Cheers. And, you know, I know he hasn't popped on screen, but I'll join Prairie Wrestling. In
Let's
that...
point out also that I gifted 2 subs earlier, so fall off your wallets, please.
Thaddeus, thank you so much for doing so. Let's
I'd
get
like
the...
to point out that I
that
don't
was
even know
Warren.
what that
Me!
means.
Whoa!
The man credit.
Oh,
That was Diesel.
sorry.
Daddy. Come on now.
Warren, you are the man, and I apologize. I'm going to give you what... I'm going to give you 1 additional bonus point right here, right now for that lapse
Yeah, he
on my
deserves
part.
it.
Early lead.
Yeah, the fix is in.
But don't worry, Big Bad Boris, you're going to have the chance to take the early lead because you are the first active player on this edition of Quizplex. Let's swap the cameras around. There we go. There we go. Dynamic presentation, interactive dashboard. Big Bad Boris, your first question of the evening. What was the first WrestleMania main event to feature only wrestlers using their real names? Diesel and Thad, once again, write your answers on your whiteboards in case Boris does not get this answer correct.
So are we doing like the WrestleMania, or are we doing the two names?
I'll accept the two names, yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good question.
I also want to remind everyone who's watching on Twitch that our contestants cannot see your answers, so feel encouraged to jump in with those.
I'm going to say Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle.
Ooh.
I don't even know if that was a main event, but that is my guess.
Well, it's a good guess, sir, because it was indeed the main event of WrestleMania 19.
Damn.
Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle, the first and, if I'm not mistaken, only main event to feature two people using their
That's a good question.
their shoot names.
I suck at this.
What do you got, that? You got
every other 2000s main event. John Cena versus Randy Orton.
Oh, hey, good shout, good shout. I can't believe I missed that, but yes, Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar beat them to the punch. Yes, Boris, your second question. Which current WWE wrestler worked as a bodyguard for Bono of U2?
I'm going to guess and say Omos because I have no idea.
I'm afraid Omos is not the correct answer. Thad, Diesel, I invite you to show your whiteboards to the screen.
I spelled it wrong. Drew McIntyre?
Okay. Diesel? I'll give you another moment there.
Writing it now. There. So Sheamus?
It was indeed the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Oh, boy.
I don't know how I knew that. I knew that somehow. I remembered that.
I knew. Yeah, I remembered a wrestler was his bodyguard. I just didn't know who.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. A nice little piece of trivia. Sheamus looking out for the good people of U2.
Is that why Bono always wears the sunglasses?
I'm going to need you to elaborate on that punchline.
You know, that's actually a good joke.
Yeah.
Bono. It's Bono, for Christ's sake.
It's Boner, right?
It's Bono.
I will defer to the radio host to get the proper pronunciation of
yeah,
Bono. All right. Warren, your first question of the evening. What pro wrestling legend would Irish novelist and playwright Samuel Beckett drive to school in the 1950s?
Wow. Oh.
This question seems like a shitpost, but I promise that this is a true story here.
So, drove him in the 50s. So, it's an older guy.
Yeah.
Who was a kid in the 50s? Ric Flair.
It was not Ric Flair, I am sorry to say.
Can I guess?
Thad, Boris, do you have an
William
answer
Regal.
on your whiteboard?
I wrote Gorgeous George. I'm way
Afraid
off
it is
on
not
that, though, right?
It is not Gorgeous George, I'm afraid. We got William Regal. I'm afraid all these answers are correct. The correct answer, he was too big to fit into the to ride the school bus
Andre.
proper. Andre the Giant.
You're right.
I just watched his documentary literally yesterday, too, for the first time. That's embarrassing.
Never heard of him.
This little bit of trivia was brought to you by the commentary of The Princess Bride. It was dropped by Carrie Ells. But Warren, your second question of the evening. What AEW wrestler is legally blind in one eye?
No
I don't
idea.
know.
It's got to be like John Moxley.
I'm afraid it is not John Moxley, my friend. Thaddeus, Boris.
That was going to be
William
my guess,
Regal.
too, that
It's
Mox,
true.
that it was Mox.
It is true. Listen to his podcast with Jericho.
Oh,
It
okay.
is true. He is now legally blind in one eye
He's not
because
an
he
AEW
fell
wrestler,
on a escalator.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't refresh my my research to include
Right.
very recent additions to AEW. So stand by, Thaddeus. We're probably going to award you points for that one.
Whoa,
Lawrence,
whoa!
I'll
It's
ask.
wrestler, not manager. Wrestler.
Yeah,
He's a
he's
wrestler.
not an
Whoa!
Wasn't his profile up in the wrestler section at one point?
It is. It is. He's got a 0-0-0 record.
William Regal's had as many matches in AEW as I have.
What was
how
your
many
answer,
matches?
Boris?
I said Mox as well.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid the answer that I was looking for was Anthony Ogogo, who was blinded in one eye in his boxing career. But Lawrence, again, I'm gonna put you on the spot and take the time to research that. Meanwhile, I'll keep moving along. We'll keep answering questions. Thaddeus, you're gonna be up next for the active player role.
Guess I don't need
I
to.
am just trying to vamp. I want to give Lawrence like a moment to do that research.
We know
How are
I'm
you
right.
guys?
Let's just move on.
No. There's no way we just trust you blindly. That's not happening.
Well, you know what? Speaking of blind, I've got another question about blindness. What Impact wrestler is legally blind in both eyes?
Moose.
I'm afraid the answer is not Moose.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I
check
don't watch
with
Impact,
Boris.
really, so.
Hang on.
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna write this down. Hang on.
Eddie Edwards. I'm afraid that is not the correct answer, and we've got a correct answer on the whiteboards. The answer is Crazy Steve. That's 50
How the
points
hell
for
did you
Mr.
know
Barris.
that?
You got to know about Crazy Steve.
Apparently.
You don't know about Crazy Steve?
Lawrence, have you had a moment to look that up? He's popping in. I think we're going to get ready to take a little sipskis.
Sorry, this messed things up. After review,
Don't worry about the layout.
it says that he is going blind, not officially legally
Oh,
blind yet.
come on.
So on a technicality,
Justice.
that is no points.
Suck it.
Hey, on top of producing, he is the judge for controversial answers. But with that, Thaddeus, we've got another question for you to close off round one. Who was the last WWE Divas champion before the title was rebranded as the WWE Women's Championship?
Paige.
I'm afraid the answer is not Paige.
Damn.
Boris, Diesel, we got
That
Charlotte.
says Charlotte on it.
We've got a pair of Charlottes, we got a pair of Queens, and that is indeed the correct answer. Well done, gentlemen.
Pair of Queens,
Lawrence,
huh?
I know you're Italian, but let's see what the Twitch comment section is dropping in those answers. We got Charlotte. We've got Charlotte. I think we're going to get Charlotte across the board. Prairie Pro Wrestling. Woo! Charlotte. Yeah. Okay. Charlotte's across the board. Astrid, if there's any updates on the subscription goal that we're trying to hit, we're trying to hit 10. That'll lead to a new episode of Smart Friends being unlocked very early. And with that, I'm going to invite Lawrence to pop back in and let us know what the scoreboard looks like. He's coming. There he is.
There I am. Okay.
In Lawrence's defense, there's so many buttons here on StreamYard. You got to turn off the layout. You got to hop back in. It's quite a bit. You're doing great, bud.
Thank you. With so far a very tight first round. In third place, we've got Thaddeus with 0 points. And
I was robbed.
tied in first right now, we've got both Boris and Diesel at 150 points.
Whoa, 151. 151, sir.
Yeah.
You gave him the extra point?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's legal. That's
Okay.
absolutely legal. That's a legal point.
Put some
Hey, am
respect
I
on
allowed
that
to
one
curse?
point.
Can I curse on this show?
I think you should,
Oh, yeah.
Boris. I think you're going to get
That's
screwed here.
bullshit.
Yeah.
This
Horse
is-
apples.
This is going to be the second game to be won by 1 point.
Monkey muffins.
Again, last time it was awarded over honesty. This time it was over my own lapse of mishearing who was speaking. Yeah, I don't know. I throw out points. They're legal.
Okay.
Deal with it. Okay. With that, that's the conclusion of round one. But before we go into our very short break, I just want to thank the good people who keep the lights on here at Love Wrestling. I'm, of course, talking about your friends at Manscaped. Support for Love Wrestling brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped is the... Oh, man. Sorry, my cat's sitting on my ad read over here. He's, like, literally making things worse for me, but...
Sandbagging you during the ad.
This is a very professional operation.
Remember, kids, don't manscape your cat.
I kind of like it that way, actually.
Well, all the same, I've got my ad read here. I've got a little clipboard making me look even more official with my glasses and my sunglasses, my tie. Support for Love Wrestling brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. So, take advantage of this offer that we have for you at Love Wrestling. Head over to manscaped.com. Use our promo code LOVEWRESTLING. You're going to get 20% off your order. You're going to get free worldwide shipping wherever you are on the globe. Love Wrestling at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. We'll be back after this very short message.
Ladies and gentlemen, isn't it incredible how little or how much these people know? This is a pre-recorded message, so I don't actually know how much has been answered wrong and how much is being answered correctly. I'm only assuming that there is a lot of wrong answers, because I have no faith in humanity. By the way, you are tuned in to Quizplex on lovewrestling.ca. We are currently on an intermission between people getting answers wrong and people getting answers right about professional wrestling, right here on lovewrestling.ca. Stay tuned. The show will return momentarily. Oh, what's that? I had to vamp more because, contestants needed a break? So, alright, fine. I'm here again with a not-so-recorded message to say, yes, you are still here, and yes, people cannot respect guidelines of 30 seconds or less. I don't care if you have to go to the bathroom. Save that for later. This is time for Quizplex. You need to be here and stay here. Because it's Quizplex, and where else would you rather be?
That's a very good question, Mr. J. Where would you rather be other than Quizplex on a Thursday night? Gentlemen, it's the end of, as mentioned, it's the beginning of round 2. Want to know how you're all feeling? I'd like to start with the point leader, Warren. How are you?
Feeling good, feeling smart, feeling superior to my competitors. So keep that rolling.
And Boris, is the 1 point advantage that Diesel holds? Is that?
I don't know what the hell gifting a sub even is.
Yeah.
Where I come from, gifting a sub means something very different.
Absolutely fair point. And Thaddeus, heading into you're the point caboose. Let's go with the point caboose here. How you feeling?
Who gives a shit?
Cold, sad, a little vulnerable. Getting screwed over here, but
Hope you bring some better energy tomorrow night, dude.
I'm ready to come back from behind.
Did he gift me a
Marvelous.
sub?
Well, here we go, friends. Thaddeus, don't worry about it because there's still plenty of opportunity to catch up because correct answers for the active player are worth 200 points in this round. Correct answers for questions stolen from the active player are worth 100. And since you are indeed the point caboose, we're going to start the round off with you, sir. All right, Ticket, you need to get away from my cables. That's enough. Sabotages each and every stream. I live with it. Thad, your first question of round 2. Owen Hart held the Intercontinental title the same number of times and the same number of days as what current WWE superstar?
Wow. I'm just going to go with The Miz because he's a current wrestler that I associate with the IC title more than anybody else.
It's a fair shout, but it is not the correct answer. Boris, Warren, what answers do you have on your whiteboards?
I'm just
We've got-
pulling out of my butt, but I'm going to say Seth Rollins.
We've got 2 members of the Shield, but I'm afraid neither is the correct answer. This is actually a really cool piece of trivia because on top of the same number of Intercontinental title reigns and the same number of total days as champ, he also has the same birthday as Owen Hart, and he chose his ring name after Owen.
Kevin.
We're talking about Kevin Owens.
That's
Damn.
cool.
He is,
worked
he is,
that out to happen like that.
well, I mean, he has touted that he has no interest in winning the Intercontinental title anymore because it's something that he kind of holds close to his heart. He really values Owen as a performer. He named his son after Owen, which is all really cool stuff. And
What kind of person would do that thing?
Didn't Miz has it won it like the second most all time, isn't he?
Miz has won it like 1,000 times, yeah.
Yeah, Owen had it like twice.
I'm not a numbers guy.
Or a words guy, or a logic guy.
I am a words guy. Thank
Or
you
a
very much.
time
Likable guy.
I'm not a likable guy. No.
I like Ed's idea here. Can we get some points for the Mario Blazer?
Huh?
Yeah,
I'll put on the tie.
Let's give Thad 1 point.
1 pity point. Woo!
What the fuck is going on here?
When the fuck
Boris,
did
you got to
we get
find your
ice
way.
cream?
You got to find your way to endear yourself to me or to the audience, and you're going to get that bonus pity point. Let's call it the pity
All right.
point bonus. I
Pass
second
it
that.
coming up.
Besides, the audience is voting for it. Okay, Thad, this question is actually pretty tough. I learned this today when I was doing the research. Other than Vince and Shane, what other father-son set has competed in a Hell in a Cell? And we're not talking about the same match. The father and son were not in the same Hell in a Cell match, but they have but they have competed in Hell in a Cell matches.
Ray and his son, Dominic.
I'm afraid that is
That was
not
my
the
initial
correct
guess.
answer.
Can you repeat the question one more time? Is that allowed, or do I have to just guess?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Other than Vince and Shane, what other father-son set has competed in a Hell in a Cell match? And again, they weren't in the same Hell in a Cell contest. They were in different matches.
Oh, they weren't like fighting each other necessarily.
No, not at all.
Oh man.
I really like this piece of trivia, so I'm gonna let it sit for a bit. I'll give you guys both a moment to write down your answers, put some thought into it. Very curious what the Twitch chat is gonna come up with. What do you got?
That was my
The
first
Ortons.
thought.
The Ortons did not compete in Hell in a Cell. Bob Orton's.
I just saw the right answer in the chat, so I'm going to take the high road and not take it. But I think the right answer is in the chat.
Oh, you can see the chat? You shouldn't be able to see the
yeah.
chat.
I can see our private chat, and I can see the regular chat. So I'm going to take the high road and not see it, because I think the answer is Rikishi and the Usos, right?
The answer is indeed Rikishi and the Usos.
So can I have a pity single point for taking the high road on that and not
For
stealing
cheating? Cheating.
No,
I
that was
didn't
not
cheat.
cheating. You could have cheated. There was honesty there. I've awarded points for honesty in the past, and I am nothing if not consistent. So, Big Bad Boris, there is your bonus point for the
All right,
evening.
so I'm going to close off that chat then, so I don't see it anymore.
You did that.
Yeah,
You
let's-
did it on purpose.
No, I
did.
did.
So that he
I
could see it,
swear.
so that he could honorably not answer.
No,
it.
I swear on my son, who's also named after Owen Hart, that I did not.
That's true.
And again, he could have easily gotten 100 points for stealing it through dishonest means there. So again, Boris, the point is yours. But yes,
What happened?
I
You,
will.
Boris?
Used to be such a good heel. What happened?
Well, you know.
But I will ask
the lights.
I will ask our contestants to hover around the private chat on the right-hand side of your screen to prevent future instances such as this. Boris. Oh wait, it's not cheating. It's improvisation. Just ask Martha Stewart. I like that. I've always
He went
liked.
to prison,
Insider trading.
by the way. Convict.
Yeah.
I've also always liked cheating is just creative winning, and really can't really argue with that.
He just gave us permission to cheat, guys.
Yeah, we're cheating now. Here we go. You open
I
the
mean,
door.
Gloves are off.
Only
You do it
if you get caught.
If you do it creatively. Boris, your first question of round 2. What was the main event of the very first WCW Thunder? Hint, the United States Championship was on the line.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to just pull something out of my butt, and I'm going to say it was Goldberg versus Raven, because that seems like a United States title match around that time.
They
And
have
I know
indeed
Goldberg had the U.S. title.
and he even beat Raven for it, but I'm afraid that was not the main event of the very first
Am I not?
WCW Thunder.
Fuck, that's a hard question. I knew they were
Questions?
intertwined somewhere in the timeline.
Questions kind of get harder from here on out in this second round. What do we got? We've got Ray and Guerrero, Eddie Guerrero, and we've got Goldberg versus Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash is right, but I'm afraid
I knew it.
he was facing the champ Diamond Dallas Page, who picked up the
that's what it
W in a
was.
successful title defense.
Okay.
I knew it was
There
Nash
you
because
go.
I'm reading the Nitro book right now. So, but I totally
I've heard
forgot about.
really,
That was the one good episode of Thunder.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've heard really good things about that Nitro book. Like I
It's
just heard
amazing.
about it today.
It's amazing, thick too, like awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very, very good book. Like totally comprehensive compared to like the death of WCW and everything.
Thick.
Covers like
Just a
every, even the
girthy,
Turner stuff.
girthy book.
Just nice, thick.
Marvelous.
Big,
I am
meaty, juicy, thick. Just wait, no, book.
marvelous. One that is on my radar, and once again, we are talking about the book. Boris, your second question of round 2. Oh,
Okay.
okay. Who became WWF Women's Champion by defeating Leilani Kai at the very first WrestleMania?
By defeating Leilani Kai at the very first WrestleMania. Now, my gut says it's Fabulous Moolah, but that's not.
That's a heel.
Oh, crap. Because that Spider Lady thing was in there, but that was Wendy Richter. So I'm going to say Judy Martin.
I'm afraid Judy Martin is not the correct answer. We've got Wendy
Wrestling's
Richter.
bullshit.
We've got a pair of Wendy Richters, and Wendy Richter is
fucking
correct
hell.
indeed. 100 points for Thaddeus and for Diesel. You got points. Not a bonus point either. A full 100 points. Pretty solid. Warren, let's close off round 2 with your pair of questions. Your first. What former WWE champion did the Brooklyn Brawler pin in July of 2000? Someone please clip that. That was one of the best facial expressions and reactions
Yeah,
to a
that
questions
was-
I've ever seen.
Probably the same one I would have made.
So former, sometime before 2000, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is not the correct answer. Thaddeus, Boris,
I have Triple H.
Triple H.
There's just so many possibilities. Like
I know.
Wow.
This was actually one of my favorite matches of the era. Shawn Michaels?
Michaels.
Okay. I'm afraid that
I have
it's
the
not Shawn
penmanship of a
Michaels.
toddler.
But for Boris's sake, I am happy to say it is indeed Triple H. Triple H was defeated by the Brawler and Kai and Tai in a triple threat 3-on-1 handicap match with an assist by Chris Jericho.
Indeed. See what I did there?
Let's do another killer match between Taka and Triple H too. That one's worth checking out if anyone wants to search that down. Okay, one last one for you, Warren, and it's a tough one. In Ed Wood, the 1994 film directed by Tim Burton, what real-life wrestler was cast to play another real-life pro wrestler turned actor, Tor Johnson?
I have no idea. I don't even know what that is at all. I'm going to say. It was in '94. This is when it came out.
Yeah.
George the Animal Steel.
Wow! Wow!
That's right.
Bravo!
You
If pulled
bastard!
That's incredible.
That is
I
marvelous.
just pulled that out of my ass. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I had no idea what that was.
Bastard! I knew that.
Wow.
Well done.
I'll take that.
As you should, as you should. And with that, Lawrence is going to pop in. He's going to let us know who is the point leader and what the scoreboard looks like this round. Lawrence.
All right. This game's definitely heating up. We've got in third place with 101 points, Thaddeus. In second place with 251 points, you've got Boris. And Diesel with 351 points.
Damn.
Holding on to first place. Going into the final round.
Lawrence, any updates from the Twitch channel from Astrid on what the subscriber count looks like right now?
Not as of yet.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll get something at the end of this very quick break. We're going to take a break as we head into the final round. One question apiece. Lots of points on the scoreboard, so there's still time for a big turnaround as we start round 3. We'll be back in a very short spell.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now on an intermission, so do what you will. Refresh your drinks, go to the bathroom, feed your dog, feed your cat if you are so inclined. I don't know why you would be feeding a dog or a cat at this particular hour, because it is Quizplex, and every single ounce of your focus should be on this show. So, the cat, the dog can wait. Grandmother can wait on the phone for a few more moments. Call her back. She can wait. You are watching Quizplex right here on lovewrestling.ca.
Dead air.
Not anymore.
That was for Warren. And Barris, actually, too. He's a trained professional.
You could not have timed that better because, like, the video was still playing. You should have been muted until that very moment. Well done. Professionals all about. We are entering round 3. I got an update from Astrid just before the break there that we are at 8 subs, so we're in the final round, people. If we get 2 more subs, we're going to turn this double feature into a triple feature by unlocking the latest episode of Smark and Friends over on YouTube. Once again, it's a wrestling watch-along. We're watching a Voros Twins match from the very first LPW, which, again, is just in celebration of Don't Want to Grow Up, happening right here on twitch.tv/lovewrestling. The fine gentlemen you see joining me tonight are the commentary team of tomorrow's pro wrestling event out of Edmonton, Alberta. Gentlemen, it's round 3. The stakes are very high. The point count is very high. This could still be anyone's game. I know Diesel is leading, but how you feeling? Warren, let's start with you, champ.
It's over. I mean, you might as well just end the stream, call it a day, let's go home.
Boris, the floor is yours.
Is it? Should clean that thing. No, big comeback. Big comeback. Coming from behind. No pun intended.
Lots of coming from behind.
The wand chooses the wizard. Remember that.
And Thaddeus, what do you think?
No one cares.
Gonna come from behind, put in a good effort, gotta work together as a team, just do our best, and win.
And win.
Did we get somebody else for tomorrow? Because the energy.
Boris is like, what did I sign up for? God damn
it. A whole goddamn show with just him before, so I'm so happy you're here, Boris.
Yeah.
Well, with that, let's take a look.
From carrying me.
With that, let's take a look at what the points are worth. 1 question per player in this third and final round. Correct answer for the active player is worth 500 points, and correct answers for questions stolen from the active player are worth 250 points. There's a wide spread on the field here, but this could still be anyone's game. Warren is the point leader, so we're not going to start with him. We're going to start with Thaddeus.
Again, just rub it in.
No, not rubbing it in. We're just trying to keep things in some semblance of order. That's all. Your first and only question for round 3. Oh, I'm talking to the fashion guru of the commentary team, so this is only appropriate. Legendary fashion and costume designer Michael Braun designed memorable outfits for the likes of Jimi Hendrix, Cher, Bon Jovi, and what pro wrestling legend?
This is tough because the first thing I wanted to say I don't think is true. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to say Shawn Michaels.
I'm afraid Shawn Michaels is not the correct answer. It was a good guess, but it is not correct. Diesel, Boris.
Boris has it.
We've got Macho Man on the field. We've got 2 Macho Men on the field. And we've got 2 correct answers. 250 points.
Why do you have to cancel out my points, Warren, you bastard?
Dig it. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Cream rises to the top.
Warren, this is your cup of coffee in the big time.
Boris, your one and only question for round 3.
Now I'm mad.
Well, let's see if you can take the field here. 500 points if you get this right. Name all 3 wrestlers who have held the Impact and formerly known as TNA Knockouts Championship and any of WWE's solo women's championships.
Victoria, Mickie James,
Oh, what's her name? Yeah,
oh,
I know.
Come on, man. This is bullcrap. Victoria, Mickie James. I can't think of the third person.
That is longer than 10 seconds if I do.
I'm
Yeah,
giving,
yeah.
I'm giving you 4 more seconds.
I can't think of.
Take a guess.
Nope, it's not there.
Warren,
Who's the last-
we've got,
Oh, right.
got Gail Kim.
Oh, Gail Kim. God damn it.
All right.
Gosh
Yeah, we've
darn
got-
it.
Macho Man wasn't one of them, Warren.
I
He
know.
didn't even hold the women's
so
title.
hard to line it up.
Indeed, Gail Kim, Victoria, or otherwise known as Tara in Impact, and Mickie James. Indeed. Well done,
So
Warren.
he's only got to name 1, and I got to name 3? How is this fair?
Well, no.
Shenanigans.
I mean,
Shenanigans.
they should have been writing down their answer while you were answering. So again, like that's always been on the table here for how Quizplex is played. If there were objections, I left the floor open for questions.
But I own the floor.
Yeah, well,
You just told me.
Boris, you had 3 minutes to answer the question. So
It's true. You still didn't come.
Warren,
It takes me 3 minutes to do a lot of things.
final question of the evening, sir. And once again, it's only appropriate as you work in radio. So here's a music-related question for you, but it's a tough one. So hope you're game. Which ECW valet would use the song "Heard It on the X" by ZZ Top as her theme song?
Oh, wow.
Or as in Canada, as they're known, ZZ Top.
Thank you for that. Man, my ECW knowledge is not good. Boris is going to dominate this
Oh,
one.
what if
I can't remember which one it is though.
I don't even know valet in ECW, if I'm being honest. So I'm just going to pass.
You'll be
I guess.
kicking yourself.
I can't remember the name of who I think it is, but I'm just going to go with that.
Woman,
I got Beulah,
Nancy Sullivan.
but it's
That's
probably
what
it's probably Francine.
Francine, that's who it was.
It is indeed
Fuck my
Francine.
life.
You should
I
have
couldn't
went with your
remember her
instincts
name.
there.
Mm.
Well done, gentlemen. This was a very spirited edition of Quizplex. And again, this was the commentary team for Love Pro Wrestling, Don't Want to Grow Up. So I'm going to invite Lawrence to make us all take a sip one more time. And also see who's got bragging rights at the table tomorrow night at LPW, Don't Want to Grow Up.
And now I got to listen to this asshole talk all night.
I mean, I felt that was a little personal as I popped back in. I thought you were talking about me for a second.
Oh, he was totally
Wow.
talking. He was totally
Yeah.
talking about you, Larry. Don't worry.
Yeah, I will now fly to Edmonton and join the commentary team.
I'll fight you for it. Let's do this.
All right, in third place, we got Thaddeus with 301 points. And in second place, we've got Boris with 501 points.
Wah wah.
And in big first place, putting it away in the last round, Diesel with 951 points.
Damn.
Mm.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Well done, Mr. Diesel Barris. And the one thing I never include in the email, I want to surprise the winner with this, is it's time for a speech.
Oh, good. The speech. Listen, I was just better altogether. There's no doubt ever that I was never going to be the guy at the end of the stream with my face on the camera like this all by myself. So you're welcome for just delivering what was inevitable.
Warren Diesel Barris, our March Quizplex champion. Well done, sir. While we vamp, I'm going to invite Astrid to let us know what the subscriber count looks like as we come to the end of Quizplex. And while we do so, we're going to let our contestants drop their social media and all those important links. Let's start with Thaddeus.
Oh shit! I gotta do something.
Glasses changed.
Thaddeus Archer 3 on everything but Instagram, I believe, where I'm just Thaddeus Archer. And then as well on YouTube, TA3 TV, where you'll find all the Archer reports based on Love Wrestling. Basically, we'll do every week between each Love Wrestling, we'll do a nice little short Archer report on all the backstage shenanigans and what's going on with the Love Wrestling shows. So subscribe.
Archer Report. Mighty fine quality content, sir. Boris. Archer out.
You can find me down at the bus station on my knees looking for change. On Twitter at BB Boris and on the Instagrams at BB Boris1. And I'm super, super excited about tomorrow night. The lineup is fantastic. It's going to be a great show. If you cannot be there in person, definitely check out the stream because I think it's going to be a night to remember.
Marvelous, marvelous. And the champ, Diesel Barris.
Oh, Lord. Your head looks a little bit bigger than it did a minute ago.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of it. It's all the same thing. Diesel Barris, if you want to follow me on there. If you live in the wonderful country of Canada and find yourself with free time from about 3 in the afternoon Mountain Time to 7 in the evening Mountain Time, that's when I'm on the radio. So if you want to download the iHeart Radio app, you can find me on there. Listen to the show. That'd be cool. And we're all excited. I'll echo what Boris said too. I'm very excited for tomorrow night, regardless of Thaddeus having to be there. It's gonna be a great night. We're gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be a hell of a show, and super excited for it. So,
and me and the boys are gonna do a dance number at the beginning.
Well, I mean, that was discussed at one point,
and totally squashed. But
I think that's happening though. So,
no dance number. I'm sorry.
No.
Try to do something fun, and
You raised my hopes and dashed them expertly, sir. But I'm still gonna hope that there's a dance number to kick off the event. Astrid saying we only got 8 subs total. I could quite confidently
tell you that there will not be a dance number to start off the event.
Astrid letting us know that we only got 8 subs total, but you know what? That was a really great hustle between Two Beards and Quizplex. We got 8 new subs. That's really cool. So we're going to unlock the new episode of Smark and Friends. It's going to be available as of 8:30 Mountain Time, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Once again, speaking with award-winning comic Casey Corbin, and we are watching some action from the very first Love Pro Wrestling event after a chat about pro wrestling and comedy and all those great things. Live at 10:30. Check it out over on youtube.com/lovewrestlingca. Thaddeus Archer the Third, Big Bad Boris, Warren Diesel Barris, you all did marvelously. Thank you for the laughs, and thank you for a great episode of Quizplex. Once again, congrats to our champ. I hope you exercise your bragging rights during tomorrow's commentary, as you rightfully should. This has been Quizplex. We are going to be back next month. Till then, friends.
Archer out!
Ladies and gentlemen, the points have been tallied, the winners have been announced, the losers have been sent packing, and I am still as ever Mr. J, better than everyone that competed tonight. It is, as always, a fact of life. In case you're wondering when this lovely, lovely show will be returning, it is the last Thursday of each and every month. Right here on lovewrestling.ca. We hope that you will return next month, and we hope that you enjoyed this evening's festivities and the competition and the knowledge. Until next time, ta-ta.